I strongly disagree with you, and I would request you that please do not use such words for the Vice President of India, who had spoken the truth. And please remember that the Vice President of India is also an Indian. He is a citizen. He has said what is the truth, what is happening on the ground. And one must please remember that Hamid Ansari comes from a family of freedom fighters who had given numerous sacrifices for this country. And Hamid Ansari is not a career politician. He was a career diplomat. And I would say that after Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, he is the only scholarly vice president that the country has seen so far. And I don't know whether in my lifetime I'll be seeing another scholarly vice president. Please also remember that read the speeches, 530 speeches Mr. Hamid Ansari as vice president has made. In various speeches, he has cautioned the government. And even in the pertinent, the relevant interview which you are quoting, he has said that he has brought this to the notice of the Prime Minister. He has brought this to the notice of the Council of Ministers. Now, Vice President cannot be Prime Minister, cannot be Home Minister, cannot be Chief Minister. He has definitely brought this apprehension, this insecurity to the Prime Minister and to the government. And unfortunately, the government has not risen up, the government have not reacted, and he is absolutely right that there is a sense of insecurity which is creeping in, which is unfortunate. I would request the government to take it in the right spirit and to address the issue which has been highlighted by the Honorable Vice President of India.
Absolutely. This is a point, Sambit Patra, that the Vice President has raised before, even when he was in a convocation ceremony at Punjab University. He said that a lot of viewpoints of a particular party is being forced through an agenda. He's pointed all this before. Why try and blame him and run him down? This is the time when he's leaving his office. He just made a statement which a lot of people are making around the country. A lot of lynching has led people to believe that the minorities are actually scared in the country today. Because please remember, I know you want to tell me about RSS killings, but do remember, sir, that these are incidents that are happening on the street by ordinary people, and actually because of the attire or because of the religion, some people have been lynched.
Anjana, some people have been lynched. That was the exact word you ended with. If some people has been lynched, which is unfortunate, that does not make India a lynchistan, that does not denounce India's stature in the world category. Very importantly, there is a famous Sanskrit saying, Satyam vadah priyam vadah. Tell the truth. Never shun away from telling the truth, but say it politely. So today, since Mr. Hamid Ansari is a respected person, he is the Vice President of this great country, I would speak the truth, but I would speak it very politely. Number one, I firmly believe that the people who are supposed to uphold the constitution of this country should only uphold the constitution of this country because they are in the high constitutional positions, and they should refrain from upholding political ideologies from whom they are born. Over here, I'm very sorry to say, and politely let me submit that the present...
What's the political ideology?
I'm telling that.
Yeah.
I'm telling that. The two words that have been used by Mr. Hamid Ansari time and again over here is unease and insecurity.
Yeah.
And Anjana, let me tell you without any mincing of words that, well, yes, if there is some sense of unease and insecurity, it is within the powers of corridors of our opposition parties. The opposition parties and the ideology of the Congress party, which they feel they cannot sustain today because of the hard work that the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is putting in, because of the hard work and the strategy that Mr. Amit Shah is putting in, they have made India into a lynchistan. Please fight it politically. Don't demean India. And let me tell you, Mr. Hamid Ansari is no second person, or he is not just a Rahul Gandhi who is making a statement. For God's sake, he is the present Vice President of India. So when he says that India is a country which has become unlivable for Muslims, remember, from the BBC to the most important newspapers across the world, including American newspapers and other newspapers, would be quoting it tomorrow as the headlines, saying that Indian democracy has failed, and who else but the Vice President of India is saying. And today I was listening very intently to what the Congress...
question for you, Mr. Owaisi.
Today, I'll just complete in 10 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
10 seconds
Make your point
and complete
fast.
it. Today I was hearing...
fast.
Today I was listening to Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad's speech. Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad said that, I know Mr. Hamid Ansari loves playing golf. I also love playing golf. Today we are not getting time to play golf. Tomorrow we will play golf. Anjana, let me submit very humbly. There is a small elite group in the Lutyens, Delhi, this golf playing group, which had the sense of entitlement that they would rule this country for time immemorial. We have a Prime Minister today, a Garib Prime Minister, a Chaiwala Prime Minister who has risen to the ranks of an ordinary India to become the Prime Minister of this great democracy. And suddenly all these golf playing elites feel that this country is no more livable because their entitlement, their sultanate, their sultanhood has been taken off. This is the reason as to why we hear such words as insecurity and unease, while none such exist on the ground.